One of the biggest problems that new traders come to me with, and they email me, they say, Lee, I really don't know what stocks to pick. I don't know what I want to trade options, but I don't know what stocks to trade those options on. How do I find these stocks to get started? What do I do? How do I find them? Where should I go? What resources should I use? So in this video, if you are stuck in that position where you just don't know how to get started, which stocks to pick, I'm going to show you a pretty easy way to find some real quality stocks that could help build your own stock watch list. And then you can watch those stocks and you can trade options on them. These are real high quality stocks. So if you're in that same boat and you're looking for stocks to pick, let me show you an easy way. All right, let's just jump right in. Okay, everyone, Lee Lowell here from smartoptionseller.com. In the video, as I said, I'm going to show you a nice, easy way to start looking at some stocks that you could potentially trade on or trade options on, however you want to do it. This is a nice, easy way to find some stocks. So I'm going to open up a website here called dripinvesting.org. Okay, and one of the best ways to start picking stocks is to look at high quality dividend paying stocks. Okay, for those of you that might know or might not know, most companies, publicly traded companies, will offer a dividend to the shareholders. Let me move myself over here a little bit. What does that mean? Well, dividends, most companies hopefully make profits throughout the year, and part of those profits they will give back to the shareholders in the form of a dividend. And a dividend could be any amount of money. It could be, 5 cents per share, 10 cents per share, $1 per share. So for every one share that you own, you will get that specific amount from the company. Typically, companies pay dividends, every quarter. So every 3 months or so. Some are a little different, but most of them pay them out every 3 months. And if they pay, let's say 29 cents a share, if you own one share, you will get 29 cents. Now, you can take that money and it can just go right into your bank account, or what you can do is what's called reinvesting that dividend. So you take that 29 cents and it will get reinvested into more shares for you. Now, 29 cents can't buy you a full share. Most stocks are trading more than 29 cents per share. So you can buy fractional shares. And what's called the dividend reinvesting plan. It's called DRIP. Okay, that's what the DRIP stands for, dividend reinvesting plan. So instead of just taking that dividend as cash and just using it for whatever, reinvest into more shares of the company, and it'll either buy a fraction of a share or more than one share, whatever the amount is and whatever the price of the stock is at that time. The broker that you use will automatically take that dividend and reinvest the shares. So what you want to do is find high quality dividend stocks. And by what I mean high quality dividend paying stocks is that not all companies pay dividends, and the ones that do, sometimes they pay them out for like 3 years, and then they'll pull back a little because the company may be having trouble financially, whatever. But if you can find companies that can continually pay out dividends year after year, and not only the same amount of dividends, but increasing those dividend amounts year after year, then you found yourself a pretty high quality stock. So at this dripinvesting.org website is what they have, what's called the list of the dividend champions. Now, let me explain a couple different categories here. Something that we call dividend aristocrats, or what they may call the dividend champions. These are companies that have raised their dividend amount at some point during the year for at least 25 years in a row. So if they paid, say, 30 cents a dividend this year, maybe next year they'll pay 33 cents a dividend. And companies that raise them not only every year, but they raise them, by a decent amount every year, and doing it for at least 25 years in a row is what's called a dividend aristocrats or dividend champions. Now, what you can do with this dividendinvesting.org website, and I'll put the link, down in the description as well. Put your email address in here, and they'll send you a copy, or you'll download something that will give you a list of all these dividend companies. Now, I have the sheet pulled up here. Move myself over here. Now, what you see in front of you is, and I don't know how they do this, maybe every quarter, but I have the last one from January 17th, 2025. I don't use this list as often as I probably should. So the last one I have is from January. Now, this is what it's in a Google Doc, a Google spreadsheet here. And this is what the cover page looks like. It's a dividend radar. So they have these tabs along here. The champions is what you want to click on. It's the first tab that lists the stocks. And these are the stocks that have raised their dividends for at least 25 years in a row, which means they paid out more than the prior year. And some can even raise the dividends every quarter of that year. Some do, some don't. But as long as they raise it at some point during the year, they're considered a dividend champion or dividend aristocrat if they've done that for at least 25 years in a row. Now, in this list, there is 140 different companies. So not many out of the thousands and thousands of publicly traded stocks, and I'm talking about the American US exchanges here. 140 stocks or companies have raised their dividend at least 25 years in a row. And you can see along the columns here, this one says number of years. This tells you, these are in alphabetical order, okay? The name of the companies. Now, this column here tells you how many years in a row that they've raised the dividend. So you can sort, with a Google sheet, you can, on the column here, you can sort by the number of years, see how many, the most number of years. And I'll do that in a second, but I want to show you some of these other columns first. So they have the current price of the stock, and this one was as of January, so it's a little bit out of date here. The dividend yield is something that the dividend yield is factored by, you take the actual dividend that they give and you divide it by the current price of the stock, and it gives you the dividend yield. Now, a lot of people want a dividend yield, 3-4%, or something that's very close to like the risk-free interest rate on U.S. Treasuries or something like that, very short-term Treasuries. 1-month Treasuries are paying about a little over 4%. So if you can get a dividend stock that pays close to a dividend yield of close to 4%, you're doing pretty good, because in addition to the dividend you get as an owner of those shares of stock, if the stock goes up in price, you're also getting the price appreciation. Okay, so you're getting two things in one, basically. So if you go through this list and you can find some stocks that, if you're trying to create your watch list, go through the list, at least start with the dividend champions. These other categories down here have the companies that have raised their dividends for like 10 or 15 years in a row. But we want to stick with the champions because they're the cream of the crop, the top of the list. Okay, so, let's just look at, you go through these names and you see, oh, I recognize this company. Let's see what they're all about. So you look at a company like, Automatic Data Processing, ADP, okay? They've been raising their dividends for 50 years in a row. Dividend yield's about, a little over 2%. Now, if you go, and the next thing that you want to do is you want to pull up a stock chart and see, how the stock is progressing. Has it been going up over the years? So you get that price appreciation along with the rise in dividends. So you go back to your charts, and we'll pull up a chart here, and we'll type in ADP. And let's look at a monthly chart here, just so we want to track it long term. So ADP. All right, so look at this fantastic chart for ADP. This chart goes back to the mid-1970s. Look how it's been going up. So ADP, quality dividend, high, incredible stock. Look at the price appreciation, and you're getting all those dividends. Go back to the list here. Aflac, we know about Aflac. You see the commercials all the time with the duck. And they pay out insurance money, that your current insurance doesn't pay. So we type in the symbol Aflac. Look at this monthly chart too. Aflac, great looking chart, getting that dividend, getting the price appreciation as well. So you can go through the list and look at some stocks that you might know, and then add it to your watch list. So if you want to either buy the stock or trade some options on it, selling put options, what we do. That works in bullish environments, so you can do that. Let's see what else we have on the list here. Just going through some. Caterpillar, we all know. Let's look at Caterpillar over the long run. Look at Caterpillar making all-time new highs just this past week. Amazing. So once again, you got the price appreciation and you're getting the dividend payment. This is just a nice, easy way to create your own watch list. What else we have here? Clorox and Colgate. And now I know Clorox and Colgate sort of been on a little bit of a downtrend of late. This is Colgate. So had made all-time new highs sometime in 2024, but has pulled back. So, but over the long run, it still has gone up. Clorox, let's see what the Clorox looks like here. So Clorox, in 2020 kind of came off during COVID, but is sitting on this massive, massive support. This is the 200-month moving average right here. There's a huge area of support. I may have to look at this stock a little bit closer, actually, for us in our newsletter, sitting on major support here. So, but still, over the long run, Clorox has been going up. What else do we have in the list here? Just kind of going through some of these that I see. Shut that for a second. Getting some notifications there. Let's look at Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson. Let's pull those up. Coca-Cola. I mean, we all know Coca-Cola. Look at Coca-Cola. Look at this fantastic chart. And let's look at the dividend yield for a second here on some of these. Coca-Cola dividend yield over 3%. Johnson & Johnson over 3%. Let's look at the chart for Johnson & Johnson. All-time new highs as well just this week. So there you go. I mean, as I said, this is an easy way to start building your watch list because I get tons of emails from people that just don't know where to get started. So use this sheet right here. And what else we have on here? Pepsi's on here, Procter & Gamble. What else? Black & Decker. They make the tools. Cisco, the food company. Target even. Tootsie Roll. All right, so Tootsie Roll and Walmart. Okay, so let's just quickly look at Walmart because I do love Walmart as an investment and as a company. Look at Walmart. I mean, this is just insane. Up, 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 up. So there you go. That's a great way to use the list here. And let me show you how you can, let's sort this from high to low. All right, so here we go. This is from the number of years that the company has raised their dividends. So American States Water Company, AWR, 70 years in a row. Got a bunch in the high 60s. So go through the list, see what you can find, okay? And this is just an easy way to start building your watch list. Now, let me quickly go to, I want to show you what we do here at the Smart Option Seller. Now, I've written this ebook on Warren Buffett. Now, in addition to trying to pick your own stocks, we all know Warren Buffett is probably the most successful investor of our lifetimes. And you might also know that Warren Buffett has been running the Berkshire Hathaway Fund since the 1960s and has just been incredible. The guy's worth about $150 billion, just made so much money. And in his Berkshire Hathaway Fund are a number of stocks that he's picked over the years. So if you, in addition to you finding your own stocks, you can also just do what Buffett does and piggyback off of him. So I wrote this ebook using a specific option trading strategy that can piggyback and ride his coattails off of his picks. Let him do all the work, and all you have to do is go along for the ride. And I use this specific option trading strategy to basically ride his coattails. So if you want to take a look at this, click on the picture right here, and it'll take you to the description of the ebook. Now, also, what we do at the Smart Option Seller, and since stocks continuously go up over time, we're big on put selling. That is our main gig. We sell put options because it takes advantage of the overall long-term upward trajectory of the market. So if you want to learn more about what put selling is all about, you can go to our video series. We've taken a deep dive into what put selling is all about. It's about 5 hours of instruction. You can take a look at that here. All along the top of our page, all the headings, smartoptionseller.com. That's our website. You can see our services. We have a couple newsletters. We have coaching. We have our probability calculator. And we have our video series and the Warren Buffett book. So spend some time on our website. Look around. See what we have to offer. Put selling is our specialty here. And we love it. Okay. Now, down in the description, I have other links and other websites and other books for things that can help you as an option trader. There's option scanners that I have in there and great books to read, including my own. So take some time looking at that. And also on the screen here, I will put another video that you may want to watch. All right, so that's all for me today. A little bit shorter video today. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like, leave me a comment down below, send me an email. As you know, if you've been watching this channel, I make these free videos just about every week, help out the trading community, giving back, want to help everyone become a better trader. Please help me get to my next goal of hitting 50,000 subscribers for this channel. I really want to get this out to the masses. I want to help everyone improve their option trading, and I do this for free. All right, so if you found this helpful, let me know about it. I would appreciate it. And that's all for me today. I'll see everyone in the next video. This is Lee Lowell signing off.